Hey everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here. I only have 3 comics for this week, so I'm going to try to get it all in one video. So let's start off with Amazing Spider-Man 623. Okay, opening up, Electro breaks into Rikers, and he pretty much goes to break out the second Vulture. Spider-Man's fighting, or well, technically the most recent Vulture, really. Then Spider-Man's fighting some villain who's throwing pies called Simple Simon. Spidey ties him up, and Simon reveals that he's actually on a reality show called To Be a Villain, and he's saying that it's legit and that they have permits, and then Spidey gets mad and says that he's going straight to City Hall to give Jonah a piece of his mind. Then we have the Vulture flying away from prison after Electro sprung him. Electro contacts Craven's daughter, and she tells him that he's fulfilled his purposes even if the Vulture got away. So then the Vulture returns to his lair, smashes a mirror. Then Mary Jameson's trying to answer his phone, but he can't because Spidey webbed it up, which, of course, is the main point of Spider-Man's day, where he gets to piss off Jonah Jameson. After that, we got mob dealers talking about what's going to about how they're the new power family after the Manfredis and Kon-El's are down. So then the Vulture shows up, kidnaps the boss, and then the Vulture has the boss pinned down, and it's revealed that the Vulture's name is Jimmy, and Jimmy apparently wants to know why was he made this way, why was he given his abilities, and then it's revealed that in the past, Jimmy was actually a cleaner for the mob who took care of all the messes. Then, as the Vulture, he started to thin out all the weakest members of the mob, and then the mobster, and then the boss reveals that J. Jonah Jameson gave him his powers. And now there's a news story going out that Jameson hired a biochem teacher at Empire State University to create the new Vulture. And it relates back to which also relates back to when Jameson hired Matt Gargan to be the Scorpion. And of course Spidey reads it and he knows it can't be true and that he's getting framed. So Spidey goes off to warn Jonah, and then the Vulture comes in and attacks Jonah, trying to get answers. And of course Jonah is trying to clear his name, but Vulture's not listening, so Spidey intervenes for a bit, but Vulture flies back in, grabs Jonah, rushes out of the office. Spidey's trying to find him, and then last page, we got the Vulture standing over Jonah. Okay. So far, this recent Vulture, I am not really a fan of, okay? It just seems, well, okay, maybe right now I'm just not really a fan of this villain, but hopefully as the story progresses, he'll be a good villain. If not, I'm interested to see what happened to Jonah. Alright, next up, Invincible Iron Man number 24. Okay, this is a variant cover, just to let you know. Alright, we get to Tony and Doctor Strange and Tony's hallucination getting to a huge palace when Doctor Strange fades out because he's under attack from the Ghost who's trying to kill Tony. And of course Doctor Strange still knows some spells and martial arts, but still not enough to fight the Ghost. And then Tony sees a bunch of people from his past walking a trail of blood. There's Happy Hogan, Jensen, and then he gets the castle open up, and then he sees his parents. And alright, in Tony's mind, his parents are being portrayed as a bunch of snobs, and back in reality, Ghost is trying to kill Tony, but Maria Hill fights off the Ghost, and Tony's trying to fight off his parents. So then, Tony's trying to get control, he's saying, and pretty much Tony's saying, like, he's not like them anymore, and then Pepper Potts makes a phone call about where she is, and she says that the guy looks like a ghost, but he's probably bluffing. Tony's in his mind, he's fighting back at his parents, saying he makes his own path. Then, the pool of blood, pool of blood starts to glow, and then Tony's starting to wake up back into reality. And of course, Pepper drops the phone, and then she sees Tony coming back. Ghost doesn't know it, so then Tony grabs the phone and dials the number for Stark Industries Seoul, and he sends the Ghost back and then destroys the phone. And I like Tony's reaction where he's like, so, what the hell happened to you guys? And we have James Rhodes and Doctor Strange recovering, and Captain America's talking to Tony's doctor about what happened, and the doctor says that Tony's fine, but the hard drive, but his mind on its backup, it seems like there's data missing about recent events. And Cap asks, where is he? And we cut to Tony looking up about the Civil War on the internet, old articles that say he's a fugitive and that S.H.I.E.L.D. is dissolved. Okay, Invincible Iron Man number 24. I'd say the conclusion to the whole Stark disassembled thing was, okay, the hallucination about Tony fighting his parents, I didn't really like that. However, though, I did like the fact that Tony's backup did not include recent information of the Civil War or the results of the secret invasion. That is interesting, and maybe that will eventually help Tony to reform in time for the heroic age and be a huge part of Siege. Okay? Alright, next up, my only DC title, Adventure Comics number 8, where we have the Legion on the title. Okay, first of all, a little bit of backstory of Brainiac 5 about how bullies beat him up because he kept getting ahead of grades. Yeah, that's what happens when you're born on planet of people who seek knowledge. They beat you up for being smart. Then he learns about about why the name Brainiac was banned because of his ancestor Brainiac 1. Then he talks to his father about why he chose the name Brainiac 4 and why he's named Brainiac 5. And his father tells him that they have to try to undo the disaster Brainiac 1 created. So then we have the Legion going off to stop a rift in time, I guess, and pretty much Legion is able to go in to the satellite, save some survivors, but then Brainiac reveals that someone back in 1,000 years is trying to destroy the universe now, and it's revealed to be Brainiac 1. Then then back in the present day of Smallville, Connor flies back to his house. He goes down and his teacher, Mr. Jansen's there. Mr. Jansen asks Ma Ken to excuse them for a moment, and he reveals he's Element Lad. Then we cut to where we left off from the recent issue of Superman, where Connor and Mon-El go back to Smallville, where Mon meets the Legion espionage squad, and they reveal their mission is to help prevent the disaster of the 31st century and R.J. Brand's last will and testament. Alright, so then, and at which point Connor and Mon both agree, and Connor asks, so where on Earth are they headed? And Chameleon Boy points out that they're not going to Earth, they're going to New Krypton. Then we have the Kryptonian sleeper agent who's working for the Science Cell, who's working for the Science Police, who's really working for Project 7734, who was sent by General Zod as, I guess, another sleeper. And she pretty much gives a backstory, and she gives General Lane information on another Kryptonian sleeper agent in Canada. And then and we also get a little more information about Lane, about why he hates Superman in particular. Because he hates Superman because he thinks the army does all the hard work and Superman gets all the credit. And he doesn't think that's fair, so he's trying to kill all the Kryptonians. And so pretty much now, our new Kryptonian sleeper, and now our Kryptonian is working on Lane's side and secretly working for Zod. Okay. Adventure Comics number 8. This was a good issue. I liked it's not just 2, but 3 stories, and I liked the Legion. I liked the story, and I thought that was a good explanation about why the Legion sent some members back, and then what the Legion, and this good setup for when Superman Last Stand of New Krypton starts. It seems to be very good, and this is a big event that I hope will conclude, and I hope this event lives up to the amount of hype it's been given, I guess. Maybe even more. Alright, so Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.